All right, guys, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the very first ever developer branded podcast show. This is Krishan. If you don't know me, I'm Asian. I like code and I love Korean barbecue. But other than that, man, we have a special guest to the first show on this episode. His name is Justin. Is it Chau? Justin
Yes,
Chau?
yes, you got it right.
Okay, Justin Chow, man. I've known this guy. Actually, I've known this guy for a minute. To be exact, because I'm a very detailed person, because I'm Asian. Uh, just kidding. I've known him since October of last year, at least. That's when he first messaged me. And what is crazy is that this guy, Justin, when I first met him on Instagram, he was only at about 2,000 followers. And now, to be exact, he's at 29,000, right? I believe 29,000 followers now.
Yep.
You are showing me up because I'm stuck at 6,700. I have not grown much since then, but it's also because his pictures are amazing. But yeah, man. So here's Justin. Justin, you should introduce yourself, dude.
So what's up, everybody? Like Chris said, my name is Justin Chow. I'm an aspiring developer. I'm Asian as well. I pretty much like the same thing Chris likes. But yeah, I run my own Instagram channel, Chow Code. So if you'd follow me, you know what I do. I just document my journey there, starting YouTube and all that. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it.
Awesome, man. Yeah, dude, man, it's been so cool, to be honest, to see how your Instagram has like grown.
Dude, it's honestly crazy to me. Like I can tell from the outside, it must look even crazier. But like realistically, I only started it in September. And I found you in October. I mean, I knew you prior because of your YouTube.
Uh-huh.
Which I don't know if I ever told you, but I mean, like watching you progress when you first started your YouTube, going through like Team Treehouse and all that, like made me want to do it. But and then I just started documenting on September, and it's just been blowing up like crazy. So, I
That's
mean,
awesome, man.
it's kind of
Wait, so
scary.
you just started in September?
Yeah, 2019.
Hold
Yeah,
on, I can't
like
breathe right now. That's
like I think
what the
in
heck?
um I think in January I want to say I hit like 10k. So I mean I want to say I don't remember exactly when, but I knew I was growing at a really fast pace, so I was kind of
Wow.
scared. But like, yeah, it's been a crazy ride so far, and we're almost at 30.
Dude, that's insane, man. Like what is it? Is it through your I mean, your pictures of course are amazing, right?
Thank you.
And I see what you and even Andres does with
Yep.
those background images on your monitors, which I'm
Hmm.
going to copy. I'm sorry, but I'm going to do
No, by all
it.
means.
Like what is it that you think helped you grow? Was it like using hashtags, and how do people find you? Like
Uh,
I don't know how organic growth on Instagram works whatsoever.
right. Honestly, like it's there's so many different variables to it. I can't pinpoint that there's like one single thing that really did help me grow.
Uh-huh.
But uh, I mean, we both watch Gary Vee. We've talked about him before when
Yeah.
we message each other back. So one of the big things that he preached was his $1.80 strategy, where you kind of put your 2 cents in, but you keep that going, right? So at the very beginning, when I was starting, I remember I was like 500 followers, which was great. But the key thing for me was just like making my presence known by
Mhm.
commenting on people's posts, DMing people, um, being in people's comment sections, things like that
Wait, that's how you got me to
actively.
follow you. Holy crap.
Oh, you see how that works?
Uh,
Yeah. So I mean, like, and I tell that to everybody who messages me is like, hey, how do I grow my brand on Instagram? How do I grow a following? I just say like, obviously the content matters. You want to provide value and give back to people through your posts and stories
yeah.
and things like that. But the main thing is putting yourself out there and being present. If people aren't gonna know who you are if you don't put yourself out there, you can post all you want, hashtag all you want, but if no one knows you, they're not really gonna get any engagement. So that was the main thing for me, was just kind of engaging with people, commenting back, being active, things like that.
Dang. That's
Yeah.
awesome, man.
Yeah, that kind of just spiraled everything. Like it was kind of crazy. Now I can't keep up. There's too many DMs.
Dude, the DMs, even for me, even with my small following on Instagram,
But you're
the
big on
DMs,
YouTube, so I'm sure people just find you and just message you.
yeah, that is the thing too. And I feel bad because I can't respond to everyone. Or
I
okay,
feel
I
you.
can respond to a lot of people, but to be honest, man, when I receive messages that are like an essay long, message, I just don't even bother. But
Yeah, I'm like, "Yo,
it's
Shakespeare just messaged me. I can't think of this right now. Like, this is too long." Like,
dude, it's
I wanna answer, like, I feel bad too, but it's also, like, sometimes, because for the both of us, we're busy, we're creating something, we're working well, not anymore.
yeah.
We're working, and, um, sometimes we just can't come up with a response, so it's like, for any of you who have messages that are sitting in my inbox or Chris's inbox, like, don't feel like we're ignoring you. Like, we really try to message everybody, but there's just such
Sometimes
a
it's
huge
overwhelming, man.
influx. It really is.
Oh,
You look at the 99 plus requests and you just get
oh my
demoralized.
gosh, dude.
You're like,
Exactly, man.
I want to know exactly how many DMs. Don't tell me there's more than 100. I know that. Just tell me exactly how many.
Yeah, it's overwhelming.
It is.
Yeah. Oh man. And the thing for me too is that I personally hate texting. So like you know how
Really?
you and I are messaging on Instagram, I
Yeah.
use the desktop
I do too.
web app. I just can't type on my phone. It's just
No, I know.
it's so slow and
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, a
so
lot of my responses on Instagram now are through the web app because it's just easier to type on the keyboard.
it's so much easier,
Yeah,
dude.
once they gave me the feature, I was like, "Finally, Jesus, I can start doing it now." So much
Exactly,
easier.
man. Exactly, dude. Man. That's awesome, man. Well,
Yeah.
I guess since we're talking about Instagram, like,
Mhm.
I mean, like for example, for me, when I started my YouTube channel, I hit 1,000 subs or yeah subscribers in just like less than a month, right? And
Right.
then actually, I think 2,000 followers in a month, and then
Whew!
I made my first thousand after 30 days, my first $1,000,
Good
right? And so like
gosh.
when I started YouTube, I didn't think that my channel would grow whatsoever
Right.
because I'm a guy with small eyes. You can't even see my eyes when I talk anyway. Why would you want to
Listen, you
listen
and
to
me
me?
both, brother.
And so my channel it grew pretty fast. Not
Mhm.
in, at least in that time when I first started YouTube 4 years ago.
Mhm.
And it has definitely it has helped me a lot in many ways.
Of course.
There are a lot of pros and cons, but with your Instagram growing a lot faster than even how my YouTube channel grew,
Mhm.
like what has like building your own brand done for you on Instagram? What would you say what has helped you or what have you learned from that?
So the main things, obviously, like from a viewer's perspective, especially on the Instagram platform where everything's like very visual based. Um, it's the brand deals are nice, the collaborations with all these companies are really nice, but it's taught me a lot about business.
Hmm.
So handling those collaborations and deals, like when you get contracts, how do you deal with that? Um, a lot of the marketing side of things is, obviously you get either paid or sent products to market these things essentially for them, right? You're an
Yeah.
influencer. So it's taught me how to look at things in a different perspective to try and convert that. You try to help these companies sell more product or convert more subscribers or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it makes you think about the business side of things for sure, but from a personal standpoint, it's made me more open to connecting to people. So I mean, I'm sure like as a developer and Asians, I don't know if it's a very like dominant thing for Asian people to have, but I feel like we're very introverted a majority of
Um,
the time. You know
I'm
what I
very
mean?
introverted.
Right, and I am the same way. You like if you know me, you're not going to agree with that, but like
Yeah.
if you don't know me, obviously I'm very quiet. I'm very self-kept. But it's allowed me to be more open and kind of
Exactly.
right bring that into my personal life. So I feel like connecting with people through the
Mm,
DMs, through the comments, just kind of exposing my life through this platform and like bringing people for the ride has
that's so interesting.
created that openness in myself. So that's kind
That's
of the
so true. Wow.
yeah, like you don't I feel like that's such a side, like a small thing, but you don't realize,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like
You don't at
no,
all.
you don't.
Wow, that's so interesting. Because like I remember when I first started working for my stepdad's company.
Hmm.
It was a excuse me, Avis Rental Car, and I remember the first time I spoke to a customer, even when I worked at Gap at my first like company like Gap,
Hmm.
I did not know how to speak to people at all whatsoever.
Yeah, that's like I'll keep going. Yeah, like it's like you work in those small places and you're kind of forced
Yeah,
to get out of your comfort zone. And I think that's kind of the big
exactly.
thing is with YouTube, Instagram, you get out of your comfort zone. People aren't used to posting every day, creating content, creating the captions by the way are the hardest thing in the world. Like,
Yeah.
it takes me maybe 20 minutes to curate a paragraph, if I
Uh,
don't know what I'm talking about, but it puts you out in this weird space where you're out of your comfort zone, but it makes you grow. And you don't
exactly.
realize it until like things like this happen where you can reflect on that.
Exactly. I didn't even I didn't even
Yeah,
realize it.
like, but it's a thing. No one really realizes until you talk about it. Like any one of us who are on Instagram or YouTube who have a following and do this, you know, pretty heavily, like Fidal, Andres, Oral, all those people that are on Instagram that have these followings and do these things, you become a different person at the end of the day. Yeah,
Yeah. That's so true. Like when I do think about it, I think YouTube is one of the main reasons why I've become much more charismatic. Now,
yeah,
I suck at grammar, and so there's a lot of grammar mistakes in all my Instagram posts. I didn't. I don't even know how I graduated high school, but
dude, what? I'm right
um,
there with you.
dude, like, Google has helped me a lot when
Uh
trying to
huh.
figure out how to spell something. But uh, it's crazy because I was not the best at speaking. I was
Hmm.
a shy guy. I was a shy guy in school. I was the
Hmm.
one that people made fun of.
Yeah,
I lacked so much confidence, but YouTube has increased my confidence, like by tenfold. You know what I mean? And
exactly.
especially when you talk about being able to message people, responding to direct messages, and people in the comments, or emails I receive all the time. One thing that I learned was how to not just speak, but how to communicate.
Hmm.
How to communicate with people, how to connect with people, most of all, and how to actually just give them good advice.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's the thing is that I mean, I'm the same boat as you. Like I was never fond of going out of my way to talk to people. I worked in retail for like maybe 2 years, so I got comfortable with that, but still not to the extent that YouTube and Instagram has made, especially for you, right? Cuz it's you put yourself out there and it's a voice now on YouTube instead of Instagram. It's just a
Yeah,
video of you. You go through your life, people follow you, and then in the comment sections, you get these crazy motivational or positive comments. And it's like a great
yeah,
reinforcement to you because you get that confidence back. And then every single day, you want to keep doing it because you know people support you. So
exactly,
you're not limited to a handful of people you know in person or see in person. Like it's the world that's now seeing you in this different light, which allows you to improve upon that.
exactly. And
Yeah.
actually, there was a time when I actually stopped uploading for a while because I just got burned out from
Yeah.
YouTube. I
Yeah.
was so burned out.
Hmm.
It takes up so much of your life, you know what I mean? And it made other things in my life more difficult to manage because YouTube takes so much of your time.
Dude.
And when I stopped uploading, I actually went through a period of depression, and I didn't know why.
Hmm.
I didn't know why. I met with like I met with a, what do you call that?
A
Uh
therapist?
Therapist. Yeah, I met with a therapist and everything, and I just couldn't understand why I felt like everything was pointless.
Yeah.
And then when I started uploading again a couple months ago, with just one video, and I started feeling better immediately. And
Mhm.
it was because all of that positive reinforcement, those comments you get, the endorphins you get from those views.
Dude.
It's just like an Instagram, those likes, those
Yeah,
comments.
yeah.
And I got a lot of comments, a lot of likes, a lot of views on
Right.
YouTube. And that because I did use YouTube and I was vlogging for 4 months, 4 years straight,
Mhm.
like that becomes your life. You get so used to that. And
Yeah.
like YouTube actually helps me because when I make my videos, to be honest, yeah, I do it so I can help people, but more than anything, I came to realize I did it for myself
Mhm.
because I'm not good at explaining my feelings, my thoughts, but for some reason, when there's a camera in front of me, I can do it clearly.
Yeah, no, for sure, like, and that's what I'm saying, it puts you in this weird zone of just, like, uncomfort, you know what I mean? Like, it's a
Exactly.
different you, but it's still you.
Yep.
I don't know if that makes sense, but, like, that's kind of what it is, right? And I feel
Yeah.
you with the whole depression thing because I think for the both of us, we grew at a pace that we weren't ready for, and that's not
Mm.
necessarily a bad thing, but no one teaches you to how to handle that.
Yeah.
There's a huge influx of people that are now seeing you. There's negative comments. There's all these things that can play a factor into that, and I feel like
Uh
that's why you see famous people go crazy. And I'm not by any means saying that we're famous,
yeah.
but when you get
Yeah.
to a certain level of like notoriety or um, you have a following, you kind of go through your head. And us being introverted, I feel like we're very self kept and we internalize a lot of stuff. So
Yeah,
overthinking becomes an issue, and I think that's why mental health is like such a big thing because with things like
yeah.
this, it becomes a big issue.
It no, it can, man. It
Yeah.
was bad. I mean, that's literally why I bought my first dog.
Yeah,
If
no.
it
I
wasn't for
mean,
my
look,
dog, man,
I fully
oh.
support that decision. Like,
Thank you.
dude, a dog can help so much,
Dude, my
especially if
dog
you
saved
live
my
alone.
life, man. Yeah, I lived alone. My
Yeah.
family lived here in Vegas. My other
Yep.
family lived in San Francisco.
Mhm.
I had family in LA, but they lived an hour to 2 hours away from
Right.
where
So
I
you're
live.
you're
So
nowhere like the only human
exactly.
contact you have is people you see in public or at
Yep.
work. And like
Yeah.
even then that's
Yeah,
becomes
and friends at work are different. Like when I get left my job, I don't talk to anyone from work anymore. I talk to two people, but
yeah, that's good. That's good.
yeah, it's not like real life. It's not nothing like family, to be honest.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, like, does it just bring back like feelings of being at work or something? Or just
oh, which one?
like not talking to the friends or only keeping a certain amount?
Well, honestly, I didn't really care about my coworkers.
Gotcha. Yeah, I feel
Well, I
you.
cared about them. I cared
Right.
about them, but it's not
But to
like
a
I
certain
need.
level. It's not like
Yeah,
you're gonna
yeah.
yeah,
I
I
think
got
just
you.
being able to because with one of them, I would talk to my one friend Lorena. We had video chats almost every day,
Right.
make fun of each other, and that's gone.
Mhm.
She still messages me, and I message her back too.
Mhm.
And so we're really cool, but it's just not having that like and as like before. It's different, but it's totally fine. I'm an introvert, so it
No,
doesn't
yeah.
affect me
Yeah, me too.
too much.
Right. It's
But
like
it's crazy.
it's
Yeah,
okay when the communication's not there for us. We
yeah,
can live
yeah,
without that. So that's what I find interesting is when you come across the people who can't and you're like, "Oh, wow, that's so weird." Like I could go without human contact for maybe 2 weeks and be totally fine,
yeah.
even longer. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's crazy. But yeah, I
Exactly.
totally get that.
Yeah, man. Well, okay, we'll talk about that then. Like, so I mean, I was just talking about how I don't even have that communication with my coworkers anymore, which is because I got laid off. But
Mhm.
as in like 2 days ago, I believe,
Yes. Yeah.
you got. I mean, something in particular happened to you. I mean, Joe, bro, you don't have to copy me and everything, but dang, I'm just joking, dude.
I feel like we're both on the same wavelengths for almost everything.
oh, oh snap, dude. So you got laid off recently,
Yes, I did. Yeah, on Thursday, this last Thursday. So today's Saturday, May 30th. I got laid off on the 28th of May. Um,
2 days ago.
yeah,
Dang.
so pretty fresh. It's an open wound still, but we're all right. So yeah,
Yeah.
like that was a whole thing. So pretty much, just like anything, especially in these weird times, it's COVID coming around and just kind of slapping you in the face a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Um,
So it
budgeting
was
was
because of
not.
COVID-19, not
Yeah.
because you sucked or anything? Okay.
No, no, no.
I'm
Listen,
just
I hope
joking, dude.
not. I didn't get that proposal. Um, but yeah, no, it was just COVID, budgeting and finances and things like that with my boss were not. But just to preface, like we're a consulting company and we're all 1099s. And for people out of the state or who don't know what a
Yeah.
1099 is, we're just pretty much self-employed contractors.
Mhm.
So we don't
Which
fall.
I personally prefer, to be honest.
Yeah, no, no. There's definitely a lot of perks to it, and I like it a lot. There's a lot more freedom. I feel like,
Yeah.
but with the taxes and everything, it just becomes a little bit
Yeah,
stupid.
yeah.
Uh,
But yeah.
but yeah, so different circumstance. He pretty much just called me on the 28th and was like, "Hey, like I don't know if I could afford you right now with everything that's going on. I can pay you out until June, but after June, I don't know if I could do it." And he pretty much just said, call me back later. You have a weekend. Think about it. Tell me what you want to do, what your plans are. And I thought about it, and I was like, look, it's gonna end anyways. Like the money might be nice, but I kind of see an opportunity to do more in terms of my
Mhm.
personal brand and then possibly, freelancing, starting a business, things like that.
Exactly.
So I just called him back like maybe an hour later. I was like, hey, I think today should be the last day that I work. So um, Thursday was when we cut it. I saw him yesterday, picked up my check, and now here we are.
For sure, man.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean that's that's definitely not a good feeling. I mean, even as a contractor, you with the new updates to the law, I believe, you can still qualify for unemployment too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
So you file for the EDD. I don't know if it's the same
yeah,
anywhere in other states, but yeah, in California, I filed for the unemployment. So we'll see next week what happens. But even then, I
yeah.
should be fine. But yeah, it is what it is. It definitely stung a little bit, but I liked that we had an honest conversation about it. I don't want it to
What
be.
did you feel when it happened?
Uh,
Like, what were your thoughts?
it was like gut wrenching a little bit. You know what I mean? Like it's how anybody would feel if your
Yeah,
boss came up to you and pretty much just said, "Hey, you can't be here anymore." He didn't
Yeah.
say that, but it's kind of the feeling, you know what I mean? Like, you get that. Like, you lost something, and to me, I lost
Yeah.
stability a little bit, which
Mhm.
is still scary, and to anybody getting laid off, especially right now with everything going on, it's hard to get a job again.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
it's
It
super
is.
scary, you fear the worst and you think the worst. So that's kind of how I felt when it happened. But now I think with a lot of people who have supported me on Twitter, on Instagram, and then all my friends who've texted me, and all that, and just had this positive reinforcement, I have a better outlook on it, and I think it's gonna pay off.
Yeah, no, I mean, definitely, man. I mean, like for me, when it happened, I thought it was the end of the world.
Oh, for
I've never
sure.
been laid off.
Yeah.
My whole channel was based off me
Like,
being a
that's crazy.
developer.
Yeah, yeah. Like, that
Uh,
was my first time being laid off too.
yeah, stop copying me,
Yeah.
man. I'm just joking. Yeah, dude, but like it really did feel like the end of the world, and,
Yeah.
and it's also because like my parents recently got laid off too, and
Uh,
I was supposed to be the one that was supposed to support them.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And I was
Mhm.
like, what's going on? And I was panicking like crazy. And
For
unfortunately, I
sure.
got a job in a couple of days, but
Must be
uh
nice. No, I'm just kidding.
it is nice. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But even more than that, though, to be honest, man, like being laid off was probably the best thing to ever happen to me.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I mean,
Best
like,
thing because it changes your perspective on things. It
mhm.
changes how like it puts you into survival mode.
Yeah, we talked
And for
about
the
this.
last 3 years, I have not been in survival mode. I've been in be as comfortable as hell. Lie down on your couch, get fat, hence why I gained so much weight.
Yeah.
Like I was in survival mode, but now that I am, like the way I see things, the way I work, my mindset, my mentality, and everything has completely changed.
Right.
And this is even after getting a new job
Mhm.
because now I just don't ever want that to happen to me again. If
Right.
someone wants to lay me off, I'd be like, all right, I don't need you.
Yeah, yeah,
I'll be
no, for
totally fine
sure.
without you.
Yeah, and I'm like, and I feel the same way. And we were talking about this yesterday or last night. Um, it kicks you into this mental that you've never felt before. Because
Mhm.
I feel like for us and for anybody really who works right now and has a job and has had a job stably, you get comfortable. Like, you don't know what
Yep.
that feels like until it happens, and then
You
when it
don't.
happens, you then run. I feel like a lot of people unfortunately spiral down this hole of, I can't do it. I don't know if I'll get a job. I'm not going to look, like my life's over, blah, blah, blah. Right. That's like
Yeah.
the initial impact, but then people keep it. But then there's people like us or other people who are, who want to do better and realize that, yes, a job doesn't necessarily mean stability. We
Hmm.
jump into this mode where you need to create opportunities for yourself and try to cut out the middleman, essentially, right? Like, it's like
Exactly.
you want stability and be your own boss, to where, what you said, it's, I'm okay with being laid off now because I have my own side stuff that will support me. Like, I'm
You
okay
have
with that.
something that not a lot of people have. You have a following, which can help you grow your channel
Right.
exponentially as
Right,
well.
right, 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 and it goes back to Gary Vee, right? It's a source, it's a social media platform that can feed
Hmm.
other pieces of content, and they
Exactly.
just spiral through. So that's what feel so blessed about, is having this current following right now that I've built
Hmm.
while working full time, and that job. I think it's just a perfect foundation for me in the future, for sure.
Exactly, man.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think that's awesome, man. And see, that's the good thing, right? That mindset that you change and really,
Hmm.
and I saw you what you post in your story,
Yeah.
30 minutes,
Hmm.
a couple minutes after we spoke on Instagram.
Hmm. Yeah. You had me feeling some type of way. I was ready to go.
Yeah, when I saw that story, I'm like, all right, this guy's serious.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, what's crazy is that people were telling me, why are you going back to work right away? Take it because I have enough savings to last me 6 months,
Right.
and people were like, Chris, why don't you just take a vacation? Or why don't you just rest and do nothing for the next six
No.
months? But that's not me. For me, it's
Yeah.
like number one, I'm happy. I need another job that makes good money because I have family to take care of.
Right.
But even more than that, because I have a job and I'm full time remote, I have more content that I can make
For
for my
sure.
channel. And for me, like I just I feel like when people get laid off, I'm not saying this is everyone, but sometimes I personally know people who just get lazy and do
Yep.
nothing.
Yep.
But this is the time to like improve and work on yourself to get better
Exactly.
and to create another opportunity,
Mhm.
because I got laid off, I'm starting two businesses which have a very high chance of succeeding. But this would have never happened if my boss never laid me off. You know what I mean?
Exactly, and I feel like on top of that, like, if you think about it, I'm pretty sure that, like, if you look at it, Uber and Lyft were created in recessions. So regardless of being laid off, like
Interesting.
I believe that's true. Like, don't quote me on it, but I'm pretty sure that they came out like that. Like, but
Uh-huh.
big businesses now have most likely been built from financial crises. So
Yeah.
not even just being like laid off, but in the current time, and I've said this before in a post, in a story or something like that, where with everything going on with quarantine and shelter in place with corona, all that, right? It's the perfect opportunity for people, especially developers, to sit down and literally just learn something and do something. Like, right now is the time to make that website, to make that career
Exactly.
switch, to build whatever, like build the personal brand. It's the perfect timing. So I think like that
Yeah.
goes right back to your point is um you being remote and and things like that. Like, you don't want to be stagnant, like you need to
Mhm.
keep moving. And I agree. Like, we I think we both just like to work.
Yeah, that's a big problem.
Yeah,
Even when before I got laid off, I was doing 12-hour days. No one told me to. I just wanted to.
exactly. Like, but
I
that's
liked
just
what
the
I do
way
for a living.
that's the way we're wired. Like,
Yeah.
I would want to, like, literally, I don't know what I would do if I don't have work. I would just create work. I don't know what I would do. Like, I'd go crazy
Yeah.
if I didn't. So if and
It's
not everyone's wired
boring
that way.
as hell.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know, and that's why I think we just push to find something to do, which is why you're okay with going back to work.
When I was late, when I didn't have a job for that 1 week or for a couple days, every day I would go to my mom because I'm living with my parents now. I'm paying like I'm helping with the rent and everything,
Right.
and I would go there every day. Like, mom, I'm so bored. Mom, I'm going crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't care about quarantine before because I had something to do throughout the day.
Right. You're
But dude,
occupied.
it's just yeah, exactly, man. I can't not do something. I can't just watch TV all day. I can't just watch video games. Like, I have to do something productive. I have to do something I don't feel guilty about because
Right.
I just have to.
I
Well,
Go
yeah.
ahead, go
Sorry, what
ahead.
were you gonna say?
No, no, go ahead, go ahead.
No, no, it's okay. You go first.
I was just gonna say, like, it's just the feeling of productivity, because I feel like when we don't have work, it goes back to the introvertness. We're in our minds a lot, and I think that
Hmm.
we just think too much sometimes, and it's a crux a little bit. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah,
we just feel down about ourselves because we're not doing something productive. Like, yeah, playing video games is great and all, but once you're done, you're like, shit. Like, I just wasted so much time. Like, I did nothing.
yeah.
I leveled up twice and I didn't get like the drop that I wanted or something like that. You know what I mean? Like,
You
it,
played World of Warcraft, huh?
maybe,
Oh crap,
maybe.
dude. Oh my gosh. No, for sure, man. Exactly.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I agree 110%, man.
Mhm.
Like, I am very happy that I gave up video games
Yeah.
because that's literally what I was thinking about. Oh my gosh, I got laid off. A day after, I'm like, I can just play Valorant every day for the next 6 months, become the best.
Yeah.
Or I can play World of Warcraft again because I missed that game. I could play. I have a max out PC,
Yeah.
but I'm glad I did not do that because I would game from like 6 p.m. to 3 a.m.
Yeah.
every night, and then I would game all weekend. I'd force myself to make a YouTube video. But now that I gave up gaming, all my time goes to my business. My YouTube videos, I put in extra effort. The quality is a lot better now. And like, it's personally, I can't control myself. I had to be realistic with myself.
Right.
I had to give up gaming to become a developer, and now to become a better me, I have to give it up again.
Mhm.
And so what I did is actually I took out my computer, and it's
I
upstairs.
saw
It's
that.
not
I
even
saw the
installed
story.
anywhere,
I saw it.
dude. It's just in my room upstairs, and like I don't touch it. And I'm tempted. I'm like, I want to play Red Dead right now.
Oh,
No,
don't do it. Don't do
yeah,
it.
no, but it's a pain because I did really good cable management with my new desk. So if I want to install
It's
my
easy.
desktop down here again, no, it's gonna be hard.
Oh, really?
I did it on purpose, so I wouldn't
Oh,
play
oh,
video
oh,
games
oh, I
again.
see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I had to do that, man, and it has been the best thing ever. It has been the best thing ever that ever happened to me.
Yeah.
That's why I'm very thankful to even have been laid off because I'm seeing myself in a way I've never seen myself.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm saying that for me personally, I don't ever want to get laid off again. I don't ever want to depend on people to give me money. I don't want, for me, like, I don't want a company to determine my value by how much they pay me,
Yeah.
you know?
Do you
And
f-
that,
do you
I,
feel like your
sorry,
family is like the main driver though?
my what?
Your family.
Yep. My
Yeah.
family.
Like, I feel
Yeah.
like
People,
when
yeah,
people
that's
need
the
to have
main
that
driver.
drive, right? Like it's like
Yeah.
when you get into those situations, like if you don't have anything to drive you, I feel like you'll never do it. So for you, having like
Yeah.
people who are reliant on you in a way, especially when
Mhm.
it's blood related, um,
Yeah.
that becomes such a major point.
No, it really is, man. Like, I'll tell you this. This is how, like, bro, I am addicted. I am too focused. I feel like I'm too competitive with myself
But you
in a way
should be.
where, yeah, no, but it's scary, man. I'll tell you what I do. I go on Zillow.com. I
Oh,
type in my zip code.
uh-huh.
I live in a nice area, but there's nice areas in the zip code.
Mhm.
And I look at houses I want my family to live in before they die. Like,
Damn,
I
that
for
okay,
me,
that's pretty deep though.
bro, no, like, listen.
Yo,
I
that's
can
actually
live
kind of
in
smart.
the
Like, I'm gonna download Zillow right now. I might do it. Like,
dude,
I'll
dude.
almost reach for my phone and like
Okay, you're in the Bay Area though. That's a little out of the. That's a little out of reach though.
but I feel
Bay
like that's
Area homes.
even bigger. Like, if I'm
I
able to get
guess
to
so,
that point, like, and I can
dude.
pay these
But
out.
a nice house in the Bay Area, it will cost like $7 million, while a nice house in Nevada will cost just 700,000 to
Right, which
maybe
is
a million or so, right?
ridiculous.
So like,
But
but that helps me, right? And
yeah,
like it helps because, for example, I'll look at a dream house. It only costs like a million or two, and that's not bad to be honest. With what I believe I can accomplish for my company,
uh huh.
and I look at houses because I could personally live in a closet-sized bedroom for the rest of my life, and I'll be fine.
Oh, I'm right there
As
with
long
you.
as I have my computer,
Yes.
if I have it, I don't even need a bed. I could sleep on the floor. Like, I don't need anything,
Maybe not.
right?
I
See,
don't
I don't need. I'm as introverted as they get, bro. I don't
know.
need. I don't need anything at all. I really don't. I lived in this closet-sized bedroom for 3 years while filming my vlogs. That's why I only filmed my vlog before in my car or at
Yeah,
work,
I was gonna
because
say
my room was
too
closet
small.
sized.
Yeah.
Like, it's really small. And but like, for when I look at Zillow.com, I look at houses like, all right, I don't need this, but dang, this looks nice as heck, and my parents would love this.
Mhm.
That's all I think about. And all
Yeah.
right, how much does that cost? Only $900,000, and that's crazy because when I look at these houses in the Bay Area, it's like 5 million.
Yeah, yeah,
So
that's
that's only
crazy. Like, I don't even
that's-
like, I'm like,
ex-
"How did that price in that way? How what is
yeah,
this?"
exactly,
This
man.
doesn't make
But like,
sense.
just looking at those houses, man, it motivates me so much and makes me put in that much work because I want they deserve it. You know what I mean? They brought me up and they taught me to be the person I am today, and I want to return that favor.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure. And that's it. I'm not gonna say it's only Asian heritage, but I feel like that's like kind of a thing too.
it is
Um,
an Asian thing,
yeah,
though. I'm not gonna
it's like
lie.
family getting respect and giving that back.
Yeah,
It's such a huge driver, and I feel the same
yeah,
way. Like they brought us up, they came here. I don't know about your family, but like my family came
they
here.
did.
Like they immigrated here, so they
Yeah,
fought for what they had, and I see that, and I see the work that needs to be put into, live
yeah.
abundantly, at least in the Bay Area, right? Like it's
Hmm.
craziness, but
Especially in the Bay Area. Oh my gosh,
God,
man.
which is a huge driver, which is like interesting that you
Yeah,
see or you use houses on Zillow as another motivator, which is interesting because I've never,
I'm on it 3 hours a day.
which is we might need to cut back on. We might listen. Like we might need to talk about that, Chris. I don't know. I
bro,
don't know if that's
bro,
healthy.
bro. 2 days ago, when I had sushi with my parents, I brought out my laptop. Like, Mom, look at this house. And I'm like, oh yeah, we've seen that house. It's down the street. I want that.
Yeah,
you know,
they're like Chris.
bro. But that's just how crazy I am for all that. Because you're right. I mean, they didn't have that. You know, I mean,
Hmm.
they immigrated here. I didn't.
Right.
But we're in the tech industry,
Hmm.
and we have channels that we have, that can help us succeed even that much more easily, man.
Right. Right.
Yeah, dude, it's so possible,
Oh,
and
100%. I mean, anyone can make
it's
that
so
happen.
possible.
Anybody can make that happen, but that's like such a huge thing. Like I feel like people need drivers to get them out of the ruts that you and me both had, right? Like obviously
Yeah,
I feel like, I mean, we both came out of it fairly quick. You got a
uh-huh.
job in 4 days, you said? Like couple days?
Yeah, 4 days.
I was laid off 2 days ago, but I'm
So yeah,
already
2 days ago.
yeah.
Good luck.
2 days to go. I don't know what's going to happen. If anyone's listening,
Oh my
no, I'm just
gosh.
kidding. Listen, if I get a job in the next few days, we need to get blood tested. Like we need to get DNA tested. I don't know, like
Bro,
it might be a possibility. Like we might be like second cousins. Who knows?
bro, it would be insane, man. Yeah,
But I mean,
man.
yeah, it's when you people who get in those ruts, they need to find drivers like that. Like for you, it's the Zillow thing, right? It's You
Yeah.
wanting to buy a dream house. So people need goals, and it's not the end goal, but they
Yeah.
need goals to reach. So to get them
And
out.
the thing for me is that it's not for me. So that's why I'm more motivated because
That's
I don't
true.
care about
That's true.
myself
That's
that way
true.
in that way.
Hmm.
It's for someone people that I care about.
Right. Right.
And actually another thing that motivates me big time when I started when I announced I'm starting a business and I'm giving up gaming,
Hmm.
actually a very good friend of mine I found out talk crap about me behind my back. And I found out because someone saw him talk about it on another Discord channel and screenshot and sent to me. Um, and it was talking about, oh, Chris has said so many times to give up gaming, and it's so cringe to hear Chris saying he's starting his own businesses,
Get
and
out
it
of
hurt me
here.
big time. But it, and
It's fuel.
I'm no longer it's fuel. Yeah, I'm no longer friends with that person. I don't like that person anymore. But at the same time, I'm thankful that happened because that gives me the feel even that much more. And like
Dude.
they have no idea. They don't. I didn't tell anyone what
Hmm.
kind of business I'm starting,
Right.
but they're going to. I told you,
Hmm.
um, you know, but like they don't know how well it's going to do. And man, when my companies blow up or when they do well, dude, I'm gonna announce that anywhere. I'm gonna direct message that person. I'm gonna text them and let them know, like,
See,
hey,
like,
thanks for that
yeah, no,
motivation.
no, for sure. But like that it's another drivers too. And I think this happened to me 2 weeks ago, maybe. I don't remember.
Uh huh.
But thank thank God. But I don't really necessarily
Thank
get
God.
a lot of negative comments on my posts.
Uh
I
huh.
don't know how it's happening. It's probably gonna happen more now that I've said it. But I had one guy who was just like saying these clearly like illogical things to me. It doesn't
Mm.
matter to me. Like that person is just a small speck in my radar. But it's to what you said. It's fuel. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, you think that I can't make it because I'm posting on Instagram, or I'm not this, I'm not that, I can't do that. It's like if you, I feel like Kevin Hart said this on a Joe Rogan podcast or something. But it's like if you tell me I can't do something, I'm gonna go do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you doubt me,
It's so
thank you,
true.
thank
It
you.
helps so
Right?
much.
It's like
Like,
give me that doubt. That I was on a story recently, and I was like, please, if you have something negative to say it to me
wait,
right
this
now.
person tagged you in the story?
No, 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 I did. I
Oh,
no, no.
okay.
Yeah, I went on the story and like kind of did that. Like, but he was in my comments
Oh,
doing it. But I was like, yes,
okay.
and he kept going. He kept starting the thread, and I was just getting amped up. I was like, yes, keep going. This is great. And everyone was like bagging on him, like, no, let him go. But he unfortunately at the end he deleted his account. Rest in peace. But
He deleted his
I went to go
account.
check it. He deleted his account, so he's now gone.
Oh
Uh,
my god.
Hopefully he's all right, but he deleted his account. But again, it's fuel. If you tell me I can't do something, I'm literally gonna give my all to make it happen, so you can see that hey, this is possible, and you made it happen. But I'm not gonna tell you. Like you
Yeah.
kind of fueled me,
No,
and
for
like
sure.
success is the best revenge. So I
Yeah. It is.
yeah.
It's the best, man. Like, I mean, when I started, all right, well, dude, when I told my friends I'm gonna go to teamtreehouse.com to learn code, and I bet you guys I get a job in a few months, and I told them we should all do it together. I remember this was outside of my house in Buena Park on the front of the garage,
Hmm.
next to my car. I remember in detail, vividly, and they're like, "All right, man, good luck." But they did not believe that I can do it, and so because of that, like, you know what? I'm gonna prove all of you wrong.
Yeah.
And in 3 months, I announced it on Twitter. I put it in Quora.com and went viral in Quora. Got like 10 or 20 million views, and then that's why I started my YouTube channel because it got viral in Quora.
Hmm.
And then I told all my friends, and they're like, "What?" and
Yeah.
then and then I started my YouTube channel, and they were making fun of me, right? For the exact same reasons. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna make this channel blow up. Boom.
Exactly.
And I told them a year later, hey, my YouTube channel's been paying my rent and my car the last year,
Yo, that's
12 months.
crazy.
Um, and so, I use that as motivation. Not that I hate them. It's just like, hey, it gives me
You
that drive
you
even that
chip
much
on your
more.
shoulder. Like,
Exactly.
yeah, like that's the other thing. I hopefully people like understand is that they, a lot of people take it the wrong way when they get
Uh-huh.
things like that. Like when they get doubt from others, especially from people that they thought supported them or should support them, or even
It
family.
hurts,
Like it
man. It
hurts,
hurts.
but
It hurts.
you can't look at it in a negative way. You kind of, what we said, it's flip that and turn it to be in your favor.
Hmm.
And if you do, it's a huge driver, and motivation isn't going to be a problem for you because in the back of your mind, you're always going to be thinking, hey, this person said this. I need to make this work. Like, no matter what, like, it has to work.
Yep.
no
Exactly.
matter what.
Well, this used to be me where when people did that, I just let it get to me. I would let it get under my skin.
Mhm.
Especially negative comments. You get so much on YouTube.
Oh,
It
YouTube is nasty. I don't even want to talk
dude,
about Twitter.
bro. When I had really bad acne, people would be like, dude, you need to eat healthy." I'm like, "Bro, I'm vegan." um,
Like, I'm
you
trying.
know, dude, it has nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
People call you out in so many different things. It doesn't affect me anymore. Like, I just laugh. Actually, when people leave me negative comments, I leave a heart on it,
Yeah,
where
I
they can
do the
see that I
same
liked it,
thing.
and it just pisses them off, and
Yeah.
I love it. Or I'll actually respond kindly, and I'll just say, "Hey, I'm sorry you feel that way," and then they'll say sorry too. Dude, it's there, but whatever, man. You can't let that stop you, dude.
No, for
Um,
sure.
so okay. So my question for you now is: you've been laid off, right?
Mhm.
You're going through ups and downs. You're definitely going through something that's down
Oh my
right now.
god. Oh my god. Hold on. My
For
dog
sure,
just
for sure.
like threw
I
the
heard him.
door open and moved my camera.
I heard him. No worries.
Jesus.
Yeah, my camera's on my desk right now. My dog's knocked out. I took out my small dog because she likes to play with my big dog. Not when I'm doing a podcast. No way.
Well, my dog doesn't like when doors are closed.
Mine too.
Yeah.
Mine
Okay.
too.
I think we're good now.
Yeah,
My door will
for
just be
sure.
open. So go ahead.
No worries, no worries. Uh, excuse me. What now?
What now? Plans. So, we talked about this before, but yeah, I think after reflecting on being laid off and all these things, I'm really going to be putting a lot of focus on my personal brand.
Hmm.
So, it's Instagram. Instagram's going to get, you are going to get bombarded with content from me. Um, like, it's going to be crazy there, but then also a lot of YouTube. I think I'm going to step up my YouTube game, and we talked about this too.
Once a week minimum. All right.
Once a week minimum.
Once a week.
Like, uh the content there's going to be crazy, and it's going to be the same thing on Instagram, and we talked about it. It's just going to be documentation.
Mhm.
Because this is essentially a new journey for me. Moving
Yep.
in from being a IT support to trying to uh, career switch to now being a laid off IT support specialist and making a career switch. So
Yeah.
it's going to be in a different light, but it's going to be a lot of that. And then, possible freelancing on the side. But I think a lot of it is going to be a focus on my personal brand for sure.
Exactly, man. And the thing with building a personal brand, you can do that while doing everything else. You
Oh,
know.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. And I think that's the beauty in it, is that essentially it's multiple businesses. You have your personal
Mm.
brand, and then you start whatever on the side. Sorry, there's like a lawnmower. I don't know if you could hear it,
No,
but
it's okay.
yeah.
No worries.
Um, but yeah, it's starting the personal brand and then building things on top of that. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of the future, and we'll see what happens. But I'm gonna be busy. I'm gonna be real busy.
That's really encouraging to hear too. I mean, a lot of people stay down not to get laid off, but you're just getting on your feet and you're starting to run. And I can see you doing good things, man. TikTok, I'll tell you this, is more important than YouTube.
Wow.
More
Okay.
important than Twitter.
Uh huh.
No, 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 for real. More important than Instagram, because if you wouldn't, hence you have 29K followers because of TikTok. No, but let's say a TikTok video goes viral. Let's say it gets 100,000 views, 50,000 views, whatever, right?
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
All those people they will
Yeah,
follow
it's a
you on
huge
YouTube and
funnel.
on Instagram.
It's a huge funnel.
It's better than anything because it's
Wow,
I
you've just changed my whole business model.
uh nah, good. It's competition.
Yeah,
You better watch out, bro. I'm
dude,
coming for you, man.
let's get it.
Bro, you have to remember I'm good at editing videos,
I
but I am
know, which
boring,
is just
man.
scary. Like, I'm like, damn it, like
Let's
I gotta.
uh yeah. Okay, watch out.
No, you're gonna see me more active on TikTok now. You better watch it.
Oh,
It's
really?
gonna be a
All
battle
right, but
now. We got a
you're gonna
YouTube
see
battle.
bro. You're gonna see
Oh,
daily
daily,
TikToks from me.
daily.
Yes, guaranteed.
All right,
Okay, sorry. Let me take that back. At
daily, I
least,
might have to
at
sign a
least,
waiver.
at
Like,
least 5 days a week. At least, not 7 days.
five.
5 days
Yeah,
a week.
okay.
Okay, that's a little bit more feasible.
Listen, if
Hey,
we're
I have a business to run too. Okay.
even then, 5 days a week, I might have to sign a waiver. I don't know. Like, there needs to
Oh,
be.
you don't believe me?
No, no, I'm not saying I don't believe you. I'm just saying it might be unhealthy. I don't know.
No, it's not
No,
unhealthy.
I know.
No
I'm just
way.
kidding.
Maybe we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah, but let's do it. Yeah, man. Well, dude, thanks for joining this podcast,
Hmm.
man.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Uh,
Honestly.
we definitely gotta get you on here again.
Mhm.
When you get a job in 2 days. um, we you know,
Let's hope. Whoever's listening, you know I'm open. Just hit me up. Instagram, Twitter.
yeah,
I'll open. You need a junior
bro, you
dev?
gotta do that tweet, man. You gotta make that tweet emotional and like
Yo, honestly,
I knew my tweet would go viral. By the way,
you could the way you worded it. It's no,
I knew
I
it was going to.
I
I
have
knew it
two tweets
100%.
and they don't my tweets that go off, like they don't go off
Uh
to the
huh.
scale that you do. Like
Uh
I
huh.
hit 150 likes. Like I that to me is like blowing up. But like the way I worded them, I can see now that like the way you word them is very very key into blowing up. I
Yeah.
don't know what it is, but there's like
Mhm.
key words that make
Ye
people see it.
Yeah. It like I mean, I knew I didn't do it on purpose, but because I was literally putting my heart into that tweet because I really wanted the
Yeah,
job
yeah, yeah.
again. But I also knew what words to use to help it go far. Because if you want to get the job, you have to get your name
You have to
out
put
there. You
yourself
know what I
out
mean?
there. Yeah.
You have to. And so like I knew exactly. Parents are depending on me, laid off. I don't know what I'll do.
Yeah.
This is scary.
Mhm.
Boom. Please retweet.
Yeah.
That's it. You know, so
No, for
yeah.
sure. For sure.
Yeah, dude. But for sure, man. When you get that job in a couple days, I'll hit you up again.
You'll see
But
it on
yeah, dude,
Twitter.
let everyone know where can everyone get to know about you? What's your social media?
So Instagram, obviously, it's going to be Chau underscore codes. That's CHAU underscore codes. Twitter is going to be the same, Chau underscore codes.
And TikTok.
TikTok, Chau underscore codes. Hit me up. YouTube, if you just look up Justin Chau, or if you go up on my other social medias, they link it there as well. So those are going to be my channels that you could reach me at.
For sure, man. Dude, it was good having you on here, man.
Dude, yeah, again, thank you for having me. Like, this is going to be awesome. I cannot wait to listen not only to this one, because this is going to be great, but to all the other guests that come up. Like, I think what you're doing right now is going to be fantastic for not just, yourself, but I think for everyone that's aspiring to be developers or anyone really in the tech community. It's going to be a good one.
Exactly, man.
Yeah.
I look forward to it, dude. All
Yeah.
right, man. Have a good one, dude.
Yeah. You too. Thank you.